investigation and review of this tragic death might not be fully clear, I decided immediately that all of the physical evidence gathered, all people claiming to have witnessed any part of the shooting, and any and all other related matters would be presented to the grand jury. The grand jury of 12 members of this committee, selected by a judge in May of this year, all of the shooting. I'd like to briefly expand on the unprecedented cooperation during pledged that federal investigators are working with local authorities as closely as possible at every step of the way and will follow the facts. This gentleman and I both pledged our separate investigations follow that trail of facts. We all agree. Our investigation will be thorough and complete and give the grand jury, Department of Justice, the public will be able to evidence. All evidence obtained by federal authorities is immediately shared with St. Louis County investigators. Likewise, all evidence gathered by St. Louis County Police is immediately shared with federal investigators. Additionally, the Department of Justice conducted its own examination of all physical evidence and performed its own autopsy. Another autopsy was performed at the request of the Brown victims, and all of this information was also shared. Just as important, all testimony before the St. Louis County grand jury was immediately provided to the Department of Justice. So although the investigations are separate, both the local and federal government have all the same information and evidence. Our investigation and presentation of the evidence to the grand jury of St. Louis County is the most significant challenge encountered in this investigation is that 24-hour news cycle and its insatiable appetite for something for anything to talk about, following closely behind the nonstop research on social media. I recognize, of course, that the lack of accurate detail surrounding the shooting frustrates the media and the general public and helps breed suspicion among those who already distrust the system. Yet those closely guarded details, especially about the physical evidence, law enforcement a yardstick for measuring information witnesses. Eyewitness accounts must always be challenged and compared against the physical evidence. Many witnesses to the shooting of Michael Brown made statements inconsistent with other statements they made, and also conflicting with themselves. Some were completely refuted by witness statements. As an example, before the results of the private autopsy were released, witnesses on social media during interviews with media and even during questioning by law enforcement claimed that they saw Officer Wilson stand over Michael Brown and fire many rounds into his back. Others claimed that Officer Wilson shot Mr. Brown in his back as Mr. Brown was running away. However, once the autopsy findings were released showing that Michael Brown had not sustained any wound in the back of the body, no additional witnesses made such a claim. Several witnesses twisted this story in subsequent statements. Some even admitted that they did not witness the events at all, but merely repeated what they heard in the neighborhood or others or assumed to them. Fortunately for the integrity of our investigation, almost all initial witness interviews, including those of Officer Wilson, were recorded. The statements and the testimony of most of the witnesses were presented to the grand jury before its autopsy results were provided. And before several media outlets published information reports they received from D.C. government officials. Jurors were, therefore, prior to the time that the information was public and what followed in the news cycle, jurors were able to have already assessed the credibility of the witnesses, including those witnesses whose statements and testimony remained consistent throughout every interview and were consistent. Like the witnesses began presenting to the grand jury on August 20th and continuing until today, the grand jury worked tirelessly to examine and re-examine all of the testimony of the witnesses and Hours and hours of recordings of media and law enforcement interviews by many of the witnesses who testified. We heard from 3 medical examiners and experts on blood, DNA, toxicology, viral. They examined hundreds. Monumental responsibility in the conscientious of expeditions. It is important to note here, and say again, that they are the only people who have heard and examined every witness and every piece of evidence. Discussed and debated the evidence among themselves before arriving at their collective decision. After their exhaustive review of the evidence, the grand jury deliberated over 2 days, making their final decision. They determined that no probable cause exists to file any charge against Officer Wilson and returned no The physical and scientific evidence examined by the grand jury, combined with the witness statements supported and substantiated by that physical evidence, tells the accurate and tragic story of what happened. During the general synopsis of the testimony, the physical evidence presented to the grand jury